Hello folks, Bronco Bob here with Texas Best Used Motorcycles. Here today to show you a really cool, really well built Jeep CJ-7. I'm going to start out by starting the engine. And I want to show you all the beautiful gauges that it has. There's your water temperature, tachometer, oil pressure, transmission temperature. The fuel gauge does not work, probably needs a sending unit. Your voltmeter is good, speedometer is good. It's been driven 3,567 miles since the axles and a lot of the work's been done. The transmission is a Chevrolet 700 R4, so it has the overdrive. And under the hood it's got a 5.7 liter, it's an LT-1 fuel injected motor. It's out of a 80s, I believe, Camaro or Corvette. It's got headers. It's got a winch on the front. It's got these little shackles. The winch is designed to be removed with a pin. However, I don't have a key to the lock. The axles are hybrid Ford 9-inch made by Currie Enterprises. They got the heavy-duty 9-inch housings with Detroit lockers. And I'll post the gear ratios on the website. I just don't remember. I think they're 456. It's got BF Goodrich all-terrain tires, and these are 35-inch. Got some polished aluminum wheels, worn locking hubs. It's got a nice interior. Grant steering wheel. It's got a roll cage that goes around the front and ties into the floor, and a nice cargo rack in the back. Then you got your aluminum fuel cell in the back. I don't know exactly how many gallons it has. The paint is new, and this Jeep came from Arizona, so it's not a rusty Jeep. It's a very solid Jeep. It's got the Currie axles in the rear, the Ford 9-inch with disc brakes and parking brakes, so you can pass the Texas inspection. The spare tire and wheel, the tire has not ever been on the ground, and that's got a bolt you can remove, and you can slide that off if you want to access your tailgate. It does have a stereo with the iPod set up for Pandora, but I cannot. Somebody that knows more about stereos than I do maybe can get it working. It says check wiring, so I'm not sure what's wrong with it. It's probably something simple. It's got some nice speakers here in the back, and this is, I believe, is like a duster that goes on the back. These are places to tie harness seat belts if you want to put the shoulder harnesses. And it does have a winch on the front, as I mentioned, aluminum radiator. It's got Navajo power brakes, and it's four-wheel discs, and it also has power steering. The suspension on it is kind of special. It's made by Tera. They're called revolver shackles, and in this video it's hard to see how they work, but it basically, those shackles open up and then they twist, which allow for good articulation on a leaf spring vehicle. It also has traction bars. You can see those bars that go to the top of the axle back to the frame to keep the axles from wrapping up when they're flexing. The front suspension is equally as cool, and again, it's hard to see in this picture, but this shackle will actually separate from the frame. There's another little leaf spring right there, and that opens up, and again, when you flex it, it allows for more extreme articulation. I say extreme, more extreme than leaf springs would normally be. I've had this Jeep about a year, and I've just got too many Jeeps, so I've decided to sell it. It does go down the road real nice. It needs a few little things done, like these little marker lights. Needs a little lens right there. And I don't even see one on this side. Needs the wiper arms installed for the windshield wipers. Just needs just a few little things to trim it out, get the radio fixed, but you basically got a Ford 9-inch front and rear, a fuel injected Chevy V8 engine, a really nice paint job, good driver quality. The rear view mirrors on the outside are lined up where they're functional. It is missing the center rear view mirror. The windshield's good. It does have a heater. It's a Colorado style heater that's right here between the seats, and the controls are right there on the dash next to the CB. But basically what you got here is a fuel injected Jeep, Ford 9-inch front and rear, 700 R4 automatic to give you that overdrive advantage on the highway and the extra low first gear advantage on the trails. Good disc brakes, 35-inch tires. I mean, you can use it as a Dairy Queen cruiser, or if you want to take it out and do some crawling, it will get the job done. The Dana 300 transfer case has a 4-to-1 gear set in it. It's a Tera low gear set. So the low ratio axles combined with the low first gear and the 4-to-1 transfer case makes this Jeep a real crawler. You can put everything in high and cruise down the highway. Kind of the best of both worlds. But I've taken it out a couple times, not off-road, but just around town, and everybody loves it. It's a pretty Jeep. But thanks for looking, thanks for your time. This is Bronco Bob wishing you happy trails.